Hey, in this video I'm going to explain the character customization feature of field trip fighters. So it's called the Proficiency system. The Proficiency system gives you access. You can customize your characters by allowing you to pick an advantage, something that's good, and then picking a disadvantage, so a weakness. So picking something that's not so good. So there's not just like, oh, here, you just pick the best thing. It's like you're forced to pick something bad and good. Or you just don't pick anything at all. So we have the generalist class. So the one in the middle, that one you just don't get anything. So if you're new, pick that, because otherwise you're probably not going to be sure of what you're getting. So let's go over the advantages, all the strengths. So the mage class will give you, you can benefits to optimize your ability bar. There's the defender class. You'll be able to get abilities that will increase your defenses, or defensive abilities will cost less ability bar. There's brawler, so that will favor if you want a playstyle of getting in people's faces. We have psychic, so that's the more high-end, the high skill ceiling, big brain abilities. If you can read your opponent, then abilities in here will be good. Now the proficiencies in the acrobatics class are for movement speed and just generally walking around more easily. And then we have the no Johns class, so you don't actually get anything from this class. That's the whole point. It's no Johns. You take away the opponent's ability to complain and John and have an excuse for why they lost, because you just say, bro, I picked no John. I didn't actually have any advantages. I just had disadvantages, and you still lost. So that's that class. Let's go over the mage. So in the mage, you can take the combo artist. So this one will make it so your ability cancels will cost less. So if you like to cancel your animations, or something's not safe on block, cancel it. It won't cost as much. And then there's also the Arcanist. So this ability will give you a bit more ability bar when you do a magic series. We have Defender. So Defender, the first ability, regeneration, you'll get whenever you perfect block. So 2-frame window to hold back when somebody hits you. You then get a bit of guard back. So instead of taking no guard damage, you regen a bit. Then there's the efficient guard. So this one's quite nice. It gives you two things. You'll get teching cost less. So if you're in hit stun and hit a wall and tech, it won't cost as much. And also push blocking won't cost as much ability bar either. Now we have Brawler. So Brawler, you can, whenever you break somebody's guard, you get ability bar. And what shield pressure will do is you'll get even more bar. So if you're always in people's faces breaking their shield, then this is good. More bar for you. There's Grappler, so you get one more grab charge. So in this game, the grab is a 3-second cooldown. So with this way, you now have 3 grabs. You can grab twice, and then you have to wait 3 seconds for one of them to come back, and 6 seconds for both of them to come back. Now we have Psychic. So if you can counter riposte somebody, so if you know they're going to riposte you because you're being predictable, well, you counter riposte them, and then you steal all their bars. So that's a big turnaround in a match. Super hype moment. But good luck actually consistently pulling that off. But still, it's available. Now there's Riposte Master. So if you can read your opponent, the riposting costs less ability bar. Auto riposting costs less ability bar. So the general covers all alpha counter that covers every most attacks except grab, and the counter riposting costs less too. Now we have acrobatics. So Speed Demon, when you ability cancel in the air, you get an extra jump. So this is very nice, specifically on characters like Hat, who will be dashing around in the air anyways. And then there's Defensive Duelist. So in this case, you can actually jump and dash cancel a push block. So some things that are either safe or, on push block, you can actually make them unsafe. And of course, like I said, you get nothing from the no Johns. So once you pick an advantage, let's pick no Johns. Then you have to go through the disadvantages of the same class, proficiency classes. So under Mage, we have Spellbound. So in this case, you can't actually get any magic. You can't get ability bar from a magic series. So if your character has a harder time doing a magic series than others, well, maybe this one's actually not a bad choice. And we have Combo Noob. So you can only ability cancel after hitting an opponent. So you can't just, whiff and then avoid being punished by canceling. You can only do it, at like an on hit during a combo. And we have in Defender, so inefficient. So when you tech, you can't, you don't have an invincibility frame, so people can punish you if you tech. And you also are not able to tech in any direction. So in this game, you can tech like up, down, left, right, and depending on what wall, ceiling, or floor you hit. So this limits your movement. And then frail, you can't push block, so you lose one of your defensive options. Now Butterfingers, this one you can't grab. So for people, grab is a tiny bit weaker in this game because you can't actually grab startup or active frames. So for people that like dislike that, you just pick Butterfingers and don't bother with grab. And if you pick lacking offense, well then you don't. You have like way less shield pressure because if you get if you can have your opponent like block incorrectly, well you're not doing as much guard damage as the normal like increased damage against guard. Now in Psychic, for Sitting Duck, if you're stunned, you take triple damage from the hit while you're stunned. So getting stunned is either from your, you get guard broken or you mess up a riposte. And I believe that's it. There might be another one. And then there's also Perilous, so you can't auto riposte. So your nice alpha counter that covers everything, especially if you're a character with no DP, this one would be real harsh to get people off of you. Now, for Acrobatics, Stiff Knees, you can only jump once. So it's no longer an anime fighter where you're double jumping everywhere with this. And Disoriented, now this one inherits one of the classical, what most fighting games do, where it's like you don't turn around in the air. In this game, you do. But so if there's a cross-up, your character will turn around, but not with this. Disoriented will make you follow the classic mechanics of having to land first before changing direction. And now under the no Johns, these are real harsh. So you could do classic 2D, you could do 2D anime fighter. So this one is you can't block ground attacks if you're in the air, and if you incorrect block, well you get hit instead of just taking a bunch of guard damage, just like a normal 2D fighter. And now the classic 2D fighter, this is even more harsh. So you only get a jump, you can't air dash, you can't block ground attacks in the air. And you also have to correct block to block. If you incorrect block, well, you get hit. That's all for the proficiency system. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it. Hope this helps you when the game releases. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe.